الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ثم أما بعد. Inshallah, today we'll carry on the questions and answers. Do you brothers have any questions yourselves on what we covered in the past or any issue that relates to your practical life?
Not at this moment.
Not at the moment. There are plenty, but you cannot remember them.
Yes. There is.
Okay. So, yes, brother.
If you could quickly, I know you ran through it last time, but if you could very quickly run through the zakat on properties and stuff, please, and the renting of property very quickly, please.
It's a wide topic, brother, but simply it all lies with your intention. Anything that you use for your personal usage, even if it's more than what you need, there is no zakah on it. Okay, like you had two properties, one in Lancashire because you live there, and one in Brighton because you need them to go and spend 1 or 2 weeks every year there. You're not renting them, you're not buying them for business or investment, you're just holding them for your personal use. You have two cars, or you have, for example, resorts somewhere else in another country, there is no zakah on that. Okay, as long as you don't make any financial benefit from them in terms of selling the asset itself or generating rent from it. Okay, if you have property from which you are making money, either directly by renting it out or selling it within a few weeks or a few days or a few months of buying it, then you need to pay on the entire value. If your intention is to sell it in the future, in the near future or in the far future, and make money out of the profit of the sale, because now it's classified as a commodity stock. Okay, but if your intention is to keep it and just generate money through the rent you're getting from it, then you simply pay on the rent.
Okay, Jazakallah.
This is the summary, and it all lies with the intention. If you get a property with a particular intention, and after a while you change the intention, then the zakah situation will change as per the change of the intention. And you cannot fool Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with regards to your intention. Okay? Now, another question related to this actually, as is asking, she has a piece of land that is no use, that is not in use at the moment. It's a barren land. There is no revenue coming from it because it's not rented, it is not cultivated, and it is not used for any particular use now. Does she have to pay zakah on that piece of land?
I would hazard a guess and say I've got a 50% chance of getting this right. Yes.
Why yes?
Because it still has some value, even though you're not cultivating it, but it does have some monetary value. If you were to sell it, you would get
Yes,
the other commodity.
exactly. That's the right answer. As long as this piece of land has a monetary value and you can get it into money by simply selling that piece of land, then the current market value of that piece of land must be evaluated or estimated every year, and then she has to pay zakah on the entire amount. So if the value is 100,000, for example, then she needs to be 2,500 every year as zakah on that, like any asset she has. It doesn't matter if it is not being rented or it's not being used or generating any income, because simply like let's say the money, when you have it in the bank, just lying in the bank, do you have to pay zakah? Yeah, you're not doing anything with it. So same, you're just putting it into an asset, a piece of land. And many people actually, particularly in our countries, they go and buy lands and they leave them for years and years. No single usage of them. They obviously lands, they grow in value, particularly housing lands. the lands that are used for housing, and they call it in Arabic tasqiyah. When you leave a piece of land for a longer time, and its value rises with time as mostly the population grows, particularly in our third world countries, very quickly, and the housing just creeps gradually to the desert areas where the land we could have got it for free or £1 per meter. Now you can sell it for £5,000 per meter. Okay, so that is if this is the case, then you have to pay zakah for it, inshallah. The issue in sister, a brother is asking that what if my wife or my sister or my daughter is got more days in her period than usual or expected? In terms of fasting and praying and reading the Quran, obviously she's not allowed to do either of these. That's called istihada. When a woman goes beyond the normal in her monthly cycle. So let's say someone is, or a lady is used to having 1 week, 7 days or 6 days every month of a cycle. But 1 month that continued after the 6 days. What should she do? Obviously, the first 6 days, her normal period, she's not allowed to fast, touch the Quran, or pray. Yes?
Yes.
Now, the 6 days are over and the blood didn't finish. What should she do?
She still cannot fast due to the, how can we put it, the uncleanliness, obviously, because of the cycle. The
So
blood.
this situation is called in the Arabic or in the juristic terminology istihada. Istihada. Istihada, which means excessive blood during the normal period of the cycle. You got different opinions among the scholars in this regard, but I would like to mention the Maliki opinion, which makes a lot of sense to me. This lady who is having extra days of bleeding is one of two. Either this is the first time she is having her cycle, and obviously you cannot call this an extra. If it is the first time she is having the cycle, then she doesn't have any previous experience in this. What should she do? She should count up to 15 days. Up to 15 days if this is the first time. And after the 15 days, then she should start to pray and fast as normal. But she needs to do 1 wudu for each salah. And she needs to clean the traces of blood before she prays or touches the Quran. Okay? Because why 15 days? Because the scholars agree that the maximum period of natural menstruation would be 15 days. Obviously, ladies vary. Some have very short periods, some have a very long period, but the maximum is 15 calendar days. Okay? Now, she is used to having 6 days only. So she has previous experience. And we'll take an example. Majority of ladies will have a 6 days of menstruation. Now, she have more than this. What the Maliki says, Malikis say, the Malikis, the scholars of the Maliki madhab, they say she should take precaution or take caution by adding extra 3 days to the normal period. How many days?
3.
So she was used to 6. How many days now she needs to observe?
9.
9 days. At the end of the 3rd extra day, which is the 9th day, the blood will either stop or continue. If it stops, then the problem is over. If it continues, then she will consider it as istihada, not a menses blood, but another type of bleeding. She will start praying normally and fasting, as we explained with the one who experienced its first period after the 15 days. Okay? Or over. Now, let's say this lady, now her new period is maximum, how much? 6 plus 3, how many?
9.
9. So her new maximum period now is 9. She will count the next month. If it's 6 days or less and the blood stops, she should continue from where the blood stops, praying and fasting. If it continues, then her normal period now will be considered how many days?
9.
9. What if the blood stops on the 9th day? That is what is normal now. If it continues, what should she do?
If we use the previous thing of 15 days, then another 6 days.
Another 3 days. These 3 days, you can call them the caution period, or I'm not sure about the English term. It's called istidhar in Arabic, so which means the certainty period. You give extra few days to make sure that this blood is actually menses or not menses. So the Malik says you give 3 days maximum, in addition to the previous day that you had in the previous month. So now she had in the previous month how many days?
9.
9. And if the blood continues after the 9 days, what should she do? She should count another
3 days.
3 days. At the end of the 12th day now, 9 plus 3 are 12. If the blood goes, that's fine. If it doesn't go, she will consider it to be non-menses blood, clean herself properly, take the shower, again, fast and pray, but she needs another fresh wudu for every prayer, not a fresh ghusl. Okay? And she will carry on her life as normal. The rules of Janaba will not apply for her. The next month, how many days is her normal period now?
9.
Not 9. We added another 3.
Oh, sorry. Yes, 12.
12. Again, she will stop or start praying and fasting as soon as the period finishes. If it doesn't finish by the 12th day, what happens?
Continue.
Continue for how long?
3 days.
Normal.
Another 3 days. It's called istidhar. So another 3 days. How many days now?
15.
15. At the end of the 15th day, she should do the same. Ignore the blood, have the shower, and carry on her life as normal. Next month, if the blood stops anywhere before the 15 days, that's fine. If it continues after the 15 days, what should she do?
Up until 18 days.
No. Now she will stop. She will not add another 3 days, because the maximum period of menstruation at any lady
15.
15 days. So after the 15th day, she will not add any extra days, and she will stop her and carry on, because she cannot spend more than half of her life in menses. Got it?
Yes.
And that's called istihada. And istihada is, even though she is still bleeding, but she will resume her life normally. She will pray, she will touch the Quran, but again, she needs fresh wudu for every prayer, and she needs obviously to clean the blood as much as possible as it goes. Okay? So this is really because it happens to so many ladies, particularly when they change the psychological conditions or the environment or whatever. Okay. Another question.
Sheikh, can I
Yes.
say something quickly?
Yes,
I know
brother.
you probably heard that before. Zikr or tasbih, state of janaba.
Say it again, Muhammad.
Zikr or tasbih, subhanallah,
Tasbih.
alhamdulillah.
Yes.
Subhanallah. State of janaba.
Yeah, it's permissible, brother. It's permissible. Otherwise, that means when you have janaba or when the lady is in her menses, she will not mention Allah at all. No, she should carry on. What is prohibited is touching the Quran or reading the Quran by heart for ladies in a thing that she is not used to. For example, she cannot start even reading the Quran by heart for for half of the Quran during her menses period, unless she is used to that. And it happened that she is in the menses period, or during Ramadan she used to finishing one juz of the Quran every day. Okay, and now she is in her period. What she's not allowed to is to touch the Quran, but she can read from the memory, or she can read from a phone, for example, from far. She put the phone and will look at the phone and read from it, because the phone is not a Quran. That is prohibited is touching the Quran. And obviously the dhikr of Allah is good at all times, except when you are in the toilet.
That's for men and women.
Men and women, yes.
Okay.
But men don't have that problem, because you can end your janaba immediately by going and having a shower. Okay? Women don't have that luxury, because it's not in their hands when they have their period or when they have the after childbirth bleeding. Okay?
Okay.
Alas. Let's stop here for today, for the time being, inshallah, and we'll carry on, inshallah, on Friday. And inshallah, we'll try to answer some more questions, not on Friday. On Friday will be normal khutbah, and then we will go to some other topics, inshallah.
Jazakallah khair, Sheikh.
Jazakallah khairan, brother. Assalamu alaikum.
So Friday will be after normal time, isn't it? Friday.
Normal time, 2 o'clock, inshallah, just to give you the sense of Jumu'ah. But any other day, Wednesdays and Mondays, will stay 8:30, inshallah.
Inshallah. Okay.
Okay. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.